morning, good morning. Gonna give it some time, see who pops in. As always, it is Sunday morning meditation, and we are gonna be doing a breathwork meditation today. Hi, Maria and Christy. You guys both popped up for me at the exact same time. How are both of you? I'm doing good. I'm a little sleepy. It's Sunday and it's like an overcast day here, which I love. So I'm like feeling that cozy, kind of just wanting to relax and watch movies. So I have a little bit of work to do today for one of my voice students, but then I think I'm just gonna relax. I think I'm just gonna enjoy this kind of gloomy weather today. So, but yes, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you guys for asking, and I hope both of you are doing well. Oh, I know, Christy. I always feel for those of you that are in Arizona. I could not do that heat at all. So it's weird today. I don't think I got any of the extra weirdos. It's just you two. Maybe I've now filtered everyone out. So yay for that as well. Yeah, I woke up I'm like, it's like the perfect weather for me. I just love this weather. So I'm like, is it gonna rain? I don't know, but it's quite gloomy and I'm loving it. So yeah, so I think we're gonna pivot. I was gonna do a meditation for tapping into joy, but I think I'm gonna pivot because I spoke with Maria a little bit and we're all kind of feeling that kind of anxiety. And so I think a breathwork meditation might be a nice thing for today, just giving you guys some tools as well when you're feeling that little bit of anxiety that you can stop. You can do some of these different breathworks. And, I know it really helps me. I love 4-7-8 breathing when I'm feeling really anxious. That one really helps me. So I'll give you a few different types of breathing to do today. And then we'll do our little card reading at the end. And then I'll send you on your way with your Sundays. So I see some other people are here. So welcome in to those of you that are just popping in. Feel free to say hello. We're going to start our meditation shortly. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. I think you guys are just saying hello to each other. So we're such a good group. These are all so sweet. So while I'm giving it just maybe like one more minute before we completely get into it, I'll start with a little disclaimer about breath work. So if you're someone who has any sort of like health issues, asthma, there's all kinds of other types of things that maybe you shouldn't do breath work, or it might not feel as good to you to do breath work. So really listen to your body and just don't be afraid to pivot out. You can always just breathe in and out on a count of 4 and just kind of do that box breathing if some of the breath work isn't for you. Hello, welcome in. So yeah, if you start to feel a little weird or a little dizzy, sometimes that's normal just because we're not used to breathing really deeply throughout our day. So we get extra breath and then we start to feel a little maybe woozy. So I always try to reset the breath in between with just breathing normally for a little bit. So just be aware of those things. Make sure you're listening to your body. And if something doesn't feel good to you, then don't feel that you need to do it. You can choose to just breathe in normally, or you can breathe in and out on a count of 4 or a count of 5. You can always pivot to those things if you need to. So, and then as always, if you want to gather up any props or tools that you might need to make yourself the most comfy during meditation. So that can include blocks, blankets, pillows, bolsters, a meditation cushion, or you can do this from a chair or from bed, or you can just choose to lie down on the floor. Sometimes then it's really nice to have a blanket just so you're not cold during the meditation. I think for today with the breath work, I actually do prefer sitting up. But you can, that said, you can do this from lying down. So really choose what feels nourishing to you. We will do a little bit of movement before we settle in. So for that part, again, you can be laying down, but you might have to modify how you do the movements a little bit. And otherwise, you may want to sit for that part and then go into lying down position once we're done with the movement. So you can also feel free to use any other aids that you might like, so candles or burning incense, anything that kind of helps you focus in, feel that sense of calm. Some people like a palm stone, so just anything that you might like for meditation. And you don't have to use any tools at all. You could literally just sit on the ground. So really discern what you need for your body and what makes your body the most comfortable. So I think we'll get started with a little bit of movement. In just 1 second here. So with the movement, make sure again, I know I keep saying to do what feels good to you, but always do what feels good to you. If there's a movement that I'm asking you to do that doesn't feel good, modify it for your comfort or choose a different movement, something that does feel good to your body right now. So I am going to start by just rocking the hips. So just finding my sit bones, that kind of helps me find some length in my spine. And then you can make little circles if that feels good. You can kind of switch the direction, go around once or twice and switch the direction. However you want to do that. Some people like to do kind of more of a snaky movement here, really moving the spine around. I think just kind of circles feels best for me. So I think I'm going to do that. Then just make sure you're switching the direction at some point. And then you may need to readjust after that. I moved a little bit off of my cushion here. So then just check in, see how you feel. Then we'll move on. We'll do some little side bends. I really like these since we're gonna do some breath work. So getting into the side ribs, you're really opening those up. Getting some expansion into those little baby side ribs. Inhaling, exhaling, coming up, inhaling, other side, exhaling, coming up, and just kind of switching. And you can gaze up at the hand, and if that doesn't feel good to your neck, you can just keep the gaze down. Totally up to your comfort. Everybody has different necks. Mine can be quite sore, so sometimes looking up doesn't feel good, but this feels good to me. And then when that feels kind of complete, you can do some little twists. So these don't have to be the biggest twist in the world. Just choose a side. I'm using one hand to kind of support me here. And I'm using the back of my bolster to support my other hand to help me get just a little further into the twist, but I'm not pushing or anything like that. It's just aiding me to stay in this position. If you're not using a bolster, you can also tent the hands behind you and use that to kind of help anchor you. The gaze can be down or it can be looking behind your shoulder. Again, choose what feels good. To me, looking down feels better on my neck. And don't forget to breathe here. And then come out of that slowly, give yourself a moment, and then we'll switch sides again, finding that little bit of support here, tenting the hands or using the back of a bolster or chair, and then finding the gaze point. So either down at the floor or behind the shoulder. I'm gonna again choose at the floor. And don't forget to breathe. And then you can let go, come forward, take a moment, see how that feels. And then we'll do a few little cat and cows with breath. So inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling, kind of retracting in, if you will. So inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more times, inhaling and exhaling. Last one, inhaling and exhaling. And then we can go into shoulders, so rolling the shoulders up and back. And feel free to switch the direction of the shoulders at some point. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't feel good to me personally. And I tend to be a collapsed person, so I tend to do a little more of this, a little bit of protective sort of stance. So for me, the thing that I'm always working on is really broadening through the shoulders, the collarbone, really bringing the shoulders back and down, taking up a little bit more space. That's what I am always working on for myself. So again, choose what feels good though. If going forward is something that you need, try it out, see if that feels good, and then go with it. And then finally we'll get to neck. So there's a few things you can do here. You can stay in place, just holding, and then moving forward, moving to the other side, staying in place, holding for a while. I'm going to give you some options. So that's one option. The next option is you can just roll side to side. Or you can go all the way around, as long as you don't have a super sore back of your neck, but just do this very slowly, very mindfully. And then make sure that you switch the direction if you choose to do this one. So I'll give you a few moments. Choose what neck movement or stillness feels good. What kind of stretch feels good for your neck today? And necks can be quite finicky and sore. So use your best judgment as to what is best for your neck and your body today. And while you finish that up, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And if there's any other movement, again, check in with yourself, maybe do a little bit of rocking, see if there's anything else that you need to release. And then at this point, you can either find your seated position, and you could be against a wall if that feels better. You can be in a chair to have that support behind you, or you can choose to lie down. Sometimes if you're lying down, having a bolster or a pillow under the knees feels really nice, really supportive. So if you do choose to lie down, you might want to try that and see how that feels. But just choose whichever position makes you feel the most comfortable. I do think that for breath work, sitting upright might feel better, a little bit easier with the breathing. But that said, you can absolutely do all of this from lying down. So just choose what feels right in this moment. And remember that that can change day to day. One day you may feel like lying down is the best thing, and the next you may feel like being seated feels better. So you know your body better than anyone else. So when all of the movement feels complete and you've found a comfortable position to be in, you can start to close down the eyes, or you can find a soft gaze out in front of you. And your hands can be either stacked in your lap, one on top of the other. They can be down on the knees to feel a little more grounding, which if we're feeling a little anxiety or a little stress, that might feel really good. Or if you're wanting to feel a little more open or receiving energy, you can have the hands up. So just choose whatever position naturally feels good to you in this moment and trust yourself to do so. And then connect into your breath. Really bring your focus there. And bring the attention to how the breath moves in and out of your lungs, in and out of your body. We're not aiming to change or judge the breath in this moment. We're just being a quiet observer for now. So let's take a few cleansing breaths together. So inhaling on the count of 5, and then we're gonna just exhale it all out through the mouth on a big sigh. So exhaling to begin, getting ready to receive the breath, and then inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold at the top, and exhale it all out through the mouth, big sigh. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold for a moment, and then exhale it all out through the mouth. Last one, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold at the top, and then exhale it all out through the mouth. See if you can feel like you've really landed, like you're very connected to the earth below you, very rooted, anchored. And then come back to the normal rhythm of your breath again. We're just feeling the ebbs and flows of the breath. We're checking in with yourself. Then we'll do a little body scan just to release as much unwanted lingering tension as possible from the body. This is also called Yoga Nidra. So starting from the bottom, from the feet, relaxing the top of the feet, the bottoms of the feet, all of the toes, moving up to the ankles, the lower legs. See if you can let that relax for now. The upper legs, the thighs, the hips, the hip creases, the pelvic floor, the full pelvis, the lower abdominals, the lower back, the upper abdominals, the mid back, the upper back, the mid and a torso area, and the chest, moving up to the shoulders. Many of us carry a lot of extra tension there. See if you can let that go for now. Moving down the arms to the upper arms, the lower arms, the tops of the hands, the palms, all the fingers, then back up to the shoulders. The back of the neck, the front of the neck, the throat, the back of the head, the sides of the head, the crown of the head, wrapping down to the forehead. See if you can let that relax. The eyebrows, the cheeks, the jaw, the nose, the eyes, the tongue, the lips, the throat. See if you can let all of that go for now. And then come back one last time to check in with the breath, just the natural rhythm. Really checking in with yourself and asking yourself how you feel at this time, in this moment. And just to be the quiet observer of your breath, your life force, your prana. Remember that anytime your mind wanders during meditation, you can always just come back to the breath to guide and center you. The breath will always be there for you in times of stress or anxiety or fear. So we'll move into some breath work for our meditation. And again, just as a disclaimer, if something doesn't feel good to you, feel free to just return to your normal rhythm of your breath and just breathe normally. Or you can box breathe, so meaning you can inhale on 4 and exhale on 4, inhale on 4, exhale on 4, or on a count of 5 or on a count of 6, whatever feels good and natural to you to do. So that said, we're going to start with some box breathing. So we're going to breathe in on 4. We're going to hold for 4, keeping the body nice and relaxed. And then we'll exhale for 4, hold for 4. So I will guide you through all of this. So exhaling to begin, getting ready to receive the breath. And we'll inhale on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. So let that go. See if you can just return, slow the breathing down, return to your normal breathing. We'll reset for about 30 seconds, maybe a little less. So just breathing normally, checking in, seeing how the box breathing felt for you. And we're going to try that box breathing on a count of 5 next. In just a moment, give yourself a few more moments to just check in with your normal breath. And we'll do the same thing, but on a count of 5. So exhaling out, getting ready to receive the breath. And inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. And then return back to your normal breathing. Again, let yourself slow back down. Check in now with how the count of 5 with the box breathing made you feel. And allow your breath to return to normal. Maybe taking a little sigh like I just did sometimes feels good. We'll give you a little more time. And while you just breathe normally, we'll talk about what pranayama in yoga means. So pra is to bring forth, an is to breathe, and ayama is to stretch or expand. So pranayama. And next we're gonna do my favorite breathing when I'm having some anxiety or fear. I find that 4-7-8 breathing really helps me to slow down, to kind of slow down my thoughts, slow down the tension in my body that's building up when I'm feeling stress or anxiety. And it gets me focused on breathing instead of focusing on what is bringing me that anxiety or fear. So we're going to inhale for 4 and then hold for 7 and then exhale on 8 slowly through the nose or mouth. So exhaling to begin, getting ready to receive that breath. And then inhale on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale slowly through the mouth or nose, whatever feels good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, we'll return to that normal breathing for about 30 seconds or so. So just feeling the normal ebbs and flows of the breath, seeing how your breathing feels now after doing a few breathing exercises. See how your body feels, how it responds to doing some deep breathing, how it responds to that pranayama. Then we have the next type of breathing that can be really helpful for times of stress or anxiety. So we have alternate nostril breath. So if you need to open the eyes, you can do so. If you can do this without opening the eyes, just by my cues, that would probably be preferable. But if you need to look, don't feel like that's going to interrupt things too much. You can do all of these breathing exercises with your eyes open as well. So I'm going to explain it first. So continue to just breathe normally for now. So we'll start with the right hand is going to come up to right thumb to right nostril. And we're going to press that in and seal it shut. And then we're going to inhale deeply on the count of 4 through the left nostril. And then we're going to seal off the left nostril with your right ring finger. And then release the right nostril and exhale through your right nostril for the count of 4. So then inhaling through your right nostril for 4, sealing off and exhaling on the other side. Then inhaling on that same side, exhaling on the other. So it'll go back and forth like that. It will help to cue you to begin with, and then I just want you to do it at your own pace. So bringing the hand up, getting ready, closing off the right nostril with the thumb, and then taking that deep breath in on the count of 4 through the left nostril. So big inhale, and then close off that nostril and exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right, Exhale it out through the left side. Then inhale through that nostril. Close off. Exhale through the other. Inhaling through the right. Closing off. Exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. Exhaling through the right. So keep going at your own pace. Keep that going for just a little bit longer. Maybe a couple more times through. And when you've finished those couple of times, you can return to your normal breathing again for about 30 seconds. And I'll tell you that our next, the humming bee breath, I actually have a full YouTube video on this one that has a visualization, and then we do the bee hum breath together at the end. So you can find that on my YouTube channel if you like this breath work and feel like you want to do more of it. I do have that available. So just taking a few more moments to just breathe normally, resetting the breath, and then we'll do our bee hum. So I'll explain while you're just still breathing normally how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna lift up our arms. We're gonna end up plugging our ears while keeping the elbows lifted. You're gonna inhale on a count of 5. And then, so big inhale. And if it feels good on a count of 4, you could do a count of 4 or count of 5 or a count of 6. I'm just gonna say 5. If that feels good, do that. If you can get a big enough breath on 4, do that. But just make sure you're breathing really deeply. You're really expanding the rib cage. And then on the exhale, we're gonna plug our ears and we're gonna make a sound. So kind of like a buzzing of a bee. So it's gonna go like this. I'll give an example. So you're gonna inhale on 4 and then so just exhaling on that for as long as feels good to you. And then repeat maybe 2 to 3 times, since you'll have your ears plugged and since I want you to exhale out as much as you can. So once you need to take a breath, but just stay on that buzz as long as you can, right? So we'll probably all do this at our own pace. So just make sure you're taking as much time as you need, and we'll meet up at the end. So exhaling to begin, we'll start together. So taking that inhale on 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then plug the ears and big again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, big inhale one last time. And when you've finished, if you've finished before me, that's okay. If you're still finishing up, you might not hear everything I'm saying. That's okay. Finish up at your own pace. When you do finish up, just return to your normal breath. And we'll sit for about 30 seconds to maybe a minute. Just checking back in, seeing how the body feels after all of this breath work. Returning to the normal rhythm. Kind of seeing how the body feels now as opposed to when you started doing the breath work. Or I should say before you did the breath work. So just checking in, how does the body feel now? How does your breathing feel now? Your normal breathing. Has anything loosened up? Are there still areas that maybe need more work? There's no right answer. It's just, how do you feel in your body right now? Are there still some areas of tightness that you can let go of? That you can relax further? And as always, you're welcome to stay in meditation longer, or you can start to follow me in grounding and making our way out. So just bringing the attention back to the breath, asking yourself, how do you feel now? We'll take 3 deep breaths together. Inhaling on 7 through the nose, exhaling on 7 through the nose. So exhaling to begin, getting ready to receive the breath. And then inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you can start to take any gentle movements that help wake up the body. You can keep the eyes closed for now. So starting to wiggle fingers and toes, rolling wrists or ankles. You can rock the head gently side to side, roll the shoulders up and down the back. You can rock the hips gently side to side or take little circles. Any super gentle movement that just helps you come back into the physical space. You can keep your eyes closed for this part, or you can go ahead and flutter them open. We'll take 3 more breaths together. We're going to take them with sweeping the arms out overhead. Palms are going to come to palms are coming to touch overhead. And then exhaling, bringing it down to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And then again, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms are coming to touch, really sweeping in everything that you got from this practice today, taking it with you into your day, into your week. Exhale, bring it down to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And last one, inhaling, really sweeping up everything that you want to take with you, releasing what you don't. Palms come to touch overhead. And exhale, bring them down to heart center. May you take all that you received from your practice today to take it with you throughout your day, throughout your week ahead. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. I love you all so dearly. And if you don't know me, my name is Catherine, and I am here for you. I am a lot of things, a yin and restorative yoga guide, meditation guide, voice teacher and coach, singer-songwriter. And you can find all of those different things on my different social medias, which are available in my YouTube For You page or main page, whatever we call that here on YouTube. So I hope that that was helpful. I know we pivoted away from what I was going to be doing, but I think it'll play nicely into next week. So I will do the meditation for tapping into joy next week that I was planning on doing this week. And there is a very nice visualization that is still going to help you to release some pain, fear, anxiety from the body so that you can then notice joyful things and little glimmers all around you. So that's what that meditation will be for next week. So I hope that today was helpful. We'll still, I know there's a lot going on in the world and a lot of it is not good. So I hope that doing some breath work and giving you some types of exercises that help me. And I'm not always, just a disclaimer as well, there are people that that really demonstrate, I think, better than I do for some of these types of breathing. So if you're ever interested in some of those videos, I can send those to you. I definitely have some people I follow that I feel like do a better job of explaining like the alternate nostril breathing. I think as someone who's dyslexic, sometimes I get a little off on that one. So uh, sometimes I'm like, wait, where am I, on my left or right? So if that one felt good to you, and you would like to do more of that, there are people that explain that really well. And I do find that all of these really, really help calm anxiety. I think that the 4-7-8 breathing personally for me has really helped me within this last year. Anytime I get nervous, like if I get nervous to go to the doctor sometimes and things like that, sometimes I'll just be sitting in the lobby doing some 4-7-8 breathing and nobody knows I'm doing it. But it really helps me to kind of calm those nerves and just get kind of grounded. Grounded is the right word. So thank you so much. It was wonderful and relaxing. I'm so glad, Maria. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the suggestion. I've done that one before, but I think it's worth revisiting pretty often. just so you guys have those tools in your tool bag when you're feeling like you just can't calm down. And I get anxiety, so I completely understand. And I think anyone would have anxiety with the things that are going on right now. So, but I'm going to pivot away from that. Uh, so we can do our card reading. So Christy says it was helpful. Catherine, thank you. I feel a lot of tension released from my body. So happy to hear that. And then no, you did wonderful. Okay, I'm glad. I always feel like I get in it and then I'm like, wait, I kind of just went into like what do you call that? Like autopilot. And then I'm like, did I even say the right things? So as long as you guys were able to follow, that's what matters. So I'm not confusing you. But anyway, let's get into our card reading. So let me know if you would like cards. I have a new deck. This is the Super Attractor deck from Gabrielle Bernstein. So these are going to be like our affirmation card for today. And these are fun. I haven't worked with them very much. I just got them. So you're so welcome, Tushar. I hope I'm saying your name right. You're so welcome. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for being here. And then the next deck I have, so if you would like cards, I'll do one of each. I have the Woodland Wardens today. They were calling out to me. And then finally, I have the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. So they're the runes. And I know we've been enjoying me throwing the runes, so I think I'm going to do the cards and then still throw you a rune. So, because that's been really fun. So yeah. Christy's first and then Maria. So we'll get Christy. Oh, yours flew out right away. I'm gonna just make sure there isn't any others that want to come out. I don't think so. I think that's the one. Ooh, I like it. Okay, and then we'll get you a Woodland Friend card. Oh, I love that one. And then we'll see how. The only thing with these little rune cards, they're so cute and I love them, but they're so teeny. So shuffling them sometimes is kind of interesting. But oh, that just came flying out of there. Came flying out. And then we'll do your rune. Okay. Okay. All right, Christy. So you got, for your super attractor, you got my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. Which is funny because I was supposed to be doing a meditation for tapping into joy, but we'll do that next week. So kind of goes with it. I like that. And then you got the Horse and Bluebell. The Horse and Bluebell. love that she's wearing almost, it looks like a little flower crown. So let's read about that. Let's see, XXL. I want to say, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that one's towards the back. Okay. I know, I love the art on these. They're so, so beautiful. So, modest fortitude, the horse and bluebell. Its downcast blooms cause the bluebell to bow gently at its stem, symbolizing modesty. In contrast, the horse is a striking creature, proud and muscular, able to bear great loads and travel long distances. It is known for its superior strength and stamina. Taken together, the horse and bluebell remind us that the greatest feats are the result of much humble practice. And yours came out upright, so it says, work quietly and consistently. The time to shine will present itself in the future. For now, focus on your process rather than its reward. And it has some little questions. So it says, am I too focused on earning praise and not focused enough on the substance of my work? When is it worthwhile to push through adversity, and when is it better to rest? So I hope that that was helpful. I love that card so much. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, and then next we've got, and I don't know if I'm going to be pronouncing this right. Alges. But anyway, it's a stag. I'm still learning about runes. So, ooh, I turned right to that. What are the chances? So, alges, however we're saying that, but the stag. The king stag stands proud and tall. With mighty antlers, he bestows his protection on all in his kingdom. Leading by example, the stag teaches the young how to show courage in the face of fear. Alga's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness, an aid to speak with and commune with spirit and the higher powers. In a reading, it speaks of a connection with the gods and awakening of having been granted divine protection. This divine protective force is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening. So yours did come out upright. There's an in reverse meaning as well. And then your words for this are protection, defense, courage, independence, higher self. The magical workings. One of the best runes for protection charms, an aid in overcoming the fear of death. Ooh, how interesting. So I hope that that resonated. And then you got Tiwaz. So justice, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, victory. And then, let's see. I'm starting to do this. It's like that's happening to me now. It's probably time for readers. Hagalaz. Ending, beginning, transformation, radical change, disruption, completion. So you had kind of two runes, like you're supposed to take the furthest one, and you had kind of two like right next to each other, so I took both. So, but I think they all kind of tie in pretty nicely to each other, Christy. So I hope that that was helpful and resonated. And then I'll get Maria next. And then I see that Tushar would also like a card, would like cards. So you get cards, plural. So, wow, everything really resonated today. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Christy. I hope we all feel a little lighter. That's the goal with these, is to be able to take that. Ooh, Maria, yours really flew out and it's really pretty. Ooh, like that. Okay, I'll get your next card. What does Maria need? Again, these are so cute, but they're so tiny to shuffle. Beautiful cards. Oh wow, everything really resonated. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Let's see what Maria needs from our... Oop. Keep dropping like a stack of them. I don't think you need that many. Okay. That one looked like it flipped over and I wasn't sure if I should take it, and then it came out. So interesting how it's like, nope, it is that one. That's the right one. It's like, wow. Like me, well, I'm just gathering my runes back up. Okay. So Maria, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. I love this card. How pretty. And again, this is a new deck to me, so I really haven't worked with it at all. So they're all going to be a surprise to me. So I think with the anxiety you've been feeling, that's a really good one for you. So kind of trusting. Okay. XX. There we go. So for your Woodland Wardens, I forgot what the deck was called for a second. You got the Cayman and Poppy. The Cayman and Poppy. Dreams. Angels are really talking, yes. Yes, and that is, it does look like an angel, doesn't it, on your first card? So maybe you're supposed to be paying attention to your dreams. Or maybe you're supposed to be dreaming. Let's read and see what the book says. So, exceptionally quiet and still, the caiman is an alligator-like reptile that spends much of its time in trance-like state, rousing only to snare its prey. Likewise, the poppy is closely associated with sleep. Since ancient times, the powerful sedative opium has been derived from its seeds. Together, the caiman and poppy tell us about our dreams. This one kind of came out sideways-ish, so I think you could take the upright or the reverse, but let's see. So I'll read both. Upright, a dream of yours is about to come true. Stay still yet alert like the caiman, At the right moment, seize your opportunity with relish. And then in reverse, it says, your head is in the clouds. Instead of dwelling in fantasy, think about the practical steps you can take to achieve your wildest dreams. What have I dreamt about recently? How can I make my dreams a reality? So it's either something's about to come true, maybe something you've been thinking about doing or being, or whatever the case might be, or maybe you're needing to take steps so that you can work towards whatever that dream is. I think you'll have to take, maybe there's a little bit of truth. I think when it comes out sideways, there's maybe a little bit of truth somewhere in the middle. So both reads resonate. Yeah. So I think sometimes that's the way it is, right? It's not black or white. Like, I think it can be a little bit of both. I know I feel that way when stuff comes out sideways, or even when it comes out upright. Sometimes I'm like, oh, well, the reverse still resonates with me right now. I have a little fear or whatever. So yeah, I think when it comes out sideways, I kind of take it as maybe you're supposed to find a happy medium ground, right? Okay, so that's at least how I interpret that. Okay, so your rune card is Tiwaz, the eagle. And let's see what the book says about this. There he is. So Tiwaz, our eagle friend. From the greatest heights, the eagle has a balanced and even perspective of the world. Liberated from the tight personal viewpoints of those on the ground, he is able to see the true lay of the land and the universal and cosmic ordering principles that with higher consciousness bringing true and beneficial law and justice. Tiwaz has a just and righteous warrior energy. Honor is a defining quality. With this rune comes the message that a good and just outcome will result. The scales will be balanced. You might be asked in a position of leadership to make personal sacrifices. Do what you know to be right. Courage and a right cause will be victorious. And yours did come up upright on this, but there is a reverse meaning. And then your key words are justice, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, victory. And then magical workings. Use in workings for the support of a just and successful outcome in legal manners. Call on Tiwaz for justice. So it's kind of like the justice card. Interesting. And then the rune you got is Algiz. So I think that was Christie's. How interesting. And she also got Tiwaz as one of her runes. So you guys kind of interesting how that worked. Kind of got the same ones but switched. Really interesting. So this one, the words are defense, courage, protection, independence, higher self. So I hope that resonated. I hope it was helpful. And then I've just got one more. I've got Tushar. So we'll get your cards now and runes. Let's see. Ooh, that was like half the deck. We're not gonna give you half the deck today. Maybe a more clear message. It did resonate very much. Thank you. You're so welcome. I noticed that. Yeah, I think it's so interesting that like when we're here, like you two have been the most consistently here. So I do think like people tend to be on really similar journeys. that are showing up in the same spaces together. I think there's a reason for that. That's how I feel. Okay, let's see what else Tushar needs. What else? It's thinking. It's not coming out easily. And again, just like a few cards wanted to come out. Interesting. Let's see, maybe just one card today. Ooh, I'm gonna take that one. That wanted to pop out. Okay. Yeah, you believe that too, Christy? I think like we get drawn together for a reason. I think we're all here to kind of help and support each other in the different ways that we can. You know, we all are good at different things. Ooh. That one just came out, but I didn't even get to throw them, so. Okay. Just collecting the stragglers. Okay. All right, Tushar. Your cards, so your super attractor cards are, I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. See, again, we got a card that was supposed to be today's theme, but if you come next week, then next week's is going to be a meditation for tapping into joy. So releasing fear and anxiety and then tapping into joy. So that's your first card. And then I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. I do too. I believe God is great with timing and unites his children when we need to be together. I can't put my thoughts in words. I hope that makes sense. It does. I think we're drawn together for a reason, to support each other. Definitely feel that. Everything's energy, you know. I think we're able to find each other more easily too when we're feeling that way. I'm so happy I found this community. I feel at home. I'm so glad, Maria. So those are those two. And then you got the eel and iris, safety. Safety. So very pretty artwork. Let's read about that. Let's see, XL should be towards the back. Yep. Okay, so the eel and iris, safety. Eels are furtive creatures, often burying themselves in the murky depths. The idiom, slippery as an eel, refers to the eel's ability to escape harm. The iris is the tall, hardy flower from which the fleur-de-lis, a medieval symbol of power and victory, is derived. Together, the stealthy eel and the mighty iris indicate safety in our homes, relationships, and work. And it did come out upright. So now is a good time to establish healthy boundaries. If others take offense, do not fret over their reaction. Stand firm in your power like the iris. And then the little questions are, what do I need in order to feel safe? How can I extend safety to others? So I hope that that resonates for you. Makes a lot of sense, Maria. Yeah, I agree. It made sense. And then you got the bees for your rune card. So give me a moment to find the meaning in this book here. It didn't take me too long. That's good. Resonates. I'm glad. So you've got Jera, the bees, the honeybee. I absolutely love bees, so I love this card. So cool. So after all the diligent efforts of the time before, the honeybee finally reaps the sweetest harvest. The honeybee is connected and attuned to the slow, ever-moving cycles of nature and time. There are many steps and stages the honeybee needs to move through before its efforts in the wildflower fields bring the joyful harvest of honey. The words joyful keeps coming up today. Joy, joy, joy. So I think it's going to be so interesting that that's our meditation next week. Very interesting how that worked out. I was having a little writer's block too with it and not knowing what to write. And now the words joyful have come up on almost every reading. So that feels like a sign for me as well. Okay, and then reading forward, it says, as the 12th rune, and Jera speaks of the yearly cycles of tilling, sowing, and reaping, awaiting the sometimes slow cycle of change with patience, planning, and hard work. Jera has a slow, steady, and joyous energy. Jera calls you to pause for a moment and pay attention. You will reap what you sow. Are you sowing for the future you want? Also ask, is the timing right? Jera indicates a total and happy completion. Your reward is coming. And it did come up upright, by the way, but there is a reverse meaning. And then your keywords are fruition, balance, abundance, cycles and rhythms, harmony, and then the magical workings. Beautiful Jera, wonderful to work with during the blossoming cycle of conception, pregnancy, and coming to birth. So I can also take that as the birth of something like creative or anything like that. So I hope that that was helpful. And then you got 2 runes. So you have Isa, which means stillness, self-control, focus, stability, stasis. And you also got, let me see, I'm doing this again. Like, which one did we get? Let's see. Kenaz. Enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, learning. So interesting that I just said something about creativity. So I hope that was helpful. You say yes, thank you, that is helpful. I'm so glad to hear that. Today we released all the tension, stress, worries, etc. Looking forward to next week's joy meditation. I think it'll be a good one to hop off of this as well. I really, really do. The first part of the visualization for next week is going to be a release so that you can notice good things around you. I think we're not able to notice the good things when we're in a constant state of anxiety and fear. So I think it's always important to give that release. So I think we're just working up to it. You're so welcome. I think that's a good one for us to come back to every once in a while, just like some basic breath work. You know, some of it's basic, some of it's maybe not as basic, but I think it's always good to come back to that every once in a while, just so that people can remember that those tools are there for them. And it's so helpful to just stop and breathe when we're feeling all of the emotions and all of the stress. So you're welcome, Tushar. I hope that was helpful. I'm glad that you were here with us today. And thank you for being here, being new to us. And it's also cool that we all 2 runes today. Yeah, we all got like similar, you all got like similar runes. I'm gonna maybe pull cards for myself after and just see if that theme continues. I'll let you guys know on my stories maybe or something what I get on Instagram. So I enjoyed our meditation so much. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm so happy that we get to do this every week. It's very helpful for me too. And sometimes I feel like nervous to begin with, for some reason, and then as soon as I get in, I'm at ease. So it's interesting how that works. It's just being around your guys' energy helps me. So helps to calm me down too. So oh, thank you. Yeah, they're I always call them like my Star Trek earrings. Because they're like they're they've got all the planets and whatnot on them. Thank you. I love these too. I'll pull a card from my new deck and send it to you. I would love that, Christy. That deck looks really cool. So I would love for you to pull a card for me. Actually I do. I love it when other people read for me as well, because I think sometimes, I've said this a million times, but I think sometimes we can be hoping for an outcome when we're pulling the cards for ourselves. We want a certain outcome. But when I'm pulling for other people, I don't have that attachment. But sometimes we do for ourselves. So I always love people to pull for me, because then I don't have to have any attachment to it. You're pulling it. And what comes out is probably what I need to hear. So whether it's what I want to hear or not. So I always appreciate other people pulling cards for me as well. So I think next week is gonna be, let me double check. I'm gonna grab my planner. I'm gonna grab my planner really quick just to double check myself here. Yes, so next weekend will be the last live meditation until I return from my vacation at the end of October. So let me double check that date. We'll be back on lives on October Sunday the 26th. So until then, I am still going to release every week. On Thursdays, I release that pre-recorded meditation here on YouTube. So you'll still be getting those weekly. I just won't be going live while I'm gone. So anyway, so I hope to see you guys next week, because yeah, I won't see you guys for a little bit, which bums me out, but I'm also excited to go and spend some time with my family. So it'll be a nice break for me. And yes, then I'll be back just in time for a Halloween meditation. So I'll have to think about what that's gonna pertain to. Maybe something with ancestors, with kind of working with your ancestors. I think something like that is what I'm thinking, unless you guys have a better idea. You can always DM me with your ideas. I do love to hear from you guys what you're feeling like you need. It helps me tailor these a little bit better to you, so that I'm not just doing what I think, but what you guys actually feel like you need. Odd thing for me, I didn't like Halloween but this year for some reason I'm being called to even buy Halloween magnets and I'm feeling joy. Interesting. Like I've never been someone who wanted to really like dress up for Halloween or anything, but I do love the time of year. I love spooky stuff. So I've always kind of loved that, but I've never been someone who like wanted to like dress up or anything like that. Interestingly. Uh I just it seems like a lot of work and I think that's all it is for me. I'm like it feels like a lot of work and I'd rather just like hang out and watch scary movies that night or whatever. I'm not really necessarily into like and I don't have kids, so it'd be one thing if you have kids to dress up and take them trick or treating or something, but I don't have kids, so yeah. I'm still not dressing up. Yeah, I'm the same. Okay, so I'm not alone. I have some friends that like dress up every year, like them and their husbands, and like they always have a theme and they get so excited about it, and I'm like, am I weird that I don't want to do that? No judgment to anybody that does. It looks fun, but like it just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. I used to love to dress up, but I haven't for years. I'm too old now. Is that what it is too? I mean, maybe it's just that I feel old, but I don't know. I love the time of year. I do like Halloween and um yeah, but I'm more of a like stay at home and watch scary movies. And I don't hand out candy. I just like put a bowl out every year. I'm like, here's some candy and pencils and stuff. I usually put other little things out there. Um, but I don't like actually hand it out because maybe I'm just too antisocial. So, yes, I love spooky stories and movies too. Same. Um, yeah, yeah, I I feel all of that, you guys. I feel all of that. It's just not my thing. It's yeah, I don't know, it just feels like a lot of work to get dressed up, that's all. So, I I totally am on board if other people want to do it, and I love seeing everybody else post their costumes and everything. Some people are so creative. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me for some reason. So anyway, but yeah, it'll be just in time for that. So we'll maybe do something geared towards, that time of year. And I'll definitely be watching the scary movies. And I have an inflatable Halloween pug for the front yard. Oh my God, Christy, that's so perfect. I'm Cancer too. That's so perfect. You with your pugs, all your puglets. I love that so much. So anyway, I think I'll let you guys go. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me over on YouTube. And if Tushar is still here, if you want to find me on YouTube, I'm sorry, on Instagram, my handle is at Catherine Lynn Sings. At Catherine Lynn Sings. It should be in my profile and everything here as well, like a link to it. But if you want to find me over there, you're more than welcome to do so. And other than that, I will see you guys next week. I'm so glad that we are meeting next week. I've already got my meditation ready for next week, so it's perfect. And definitely, if you liked this one, check out the humming bee breath that I posted, I think last week. The pre-recorded meditation. You might enjoy that one as well. So you're welcome. So I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful Sunday, ladies, and all that join this wonderful meditation. You too, Maria. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for the support. Love you too, Christy. You enjoy the rest of your weekend too. Much love. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.